So you need systems to invest in your relationships. And what I mean by this is like, don't leave your relationships to chance. I'm gonna joke in this video, like, I want you to treat your relationships like a business. And I don't mean like you're getting something out of them or you're like taking advantage of people or you're not having fun, taking them too seriously. What I mean is just like you need to be intentional with investing in your relationships in the same way you would like managing a team or managing a project. And so in this video, I'm going to talk about this because I was moved to make this video because relationships, social connection really is like the key to happiness, as cliche as it sounds. That's what all the positive psychology research, social science research says. So I'm going to give you a few simple systems, tools, and habits you can implement right away to deepen and really just intentionally invest in your relationships. I want you to run your life like a business. And that may seem counterintuitive, especially coming from like a happiness guy, but here's what I mean. Like when it comes to your relationships, like in marketing and business, you have a CRM, that's a customer relationship manager, which is like an entire software system built out to add value, to keep in touch, and to like manage all your relationships. And it's like, what's more important than the business relationships? Like the relationships of your life. So when I talk about run your life like a business in terms of your relationships, I don't mean being like shallow or you have to get stuff out of people. I mean, you should have that same degree of intention and organization that you do if you were running a business. Okay, and here's a couple of examples of what I mean by that is setting aside time as if you were scheduling meetings for the most important people in your life, right? If you're the CEO of the company and you have your VP of sales, your VP of operations, your VP of finance, you're going to be meeting with them regularly, okay? Well, you have your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, partner, whatever. You have your kids, you have your best friends, you have your siblings, you have your parents, you have whoever. Like you need to be intentionally setting aside time to develop those relationships, right? Being as intentional at that time as you are, your daily planner and your daily tasks and whatever. More advanced like way you can even do this is creating, again, that CRM idea, but like systems to keep in touch. Like I'll pull out my phone and even show you just a couple of real brief examples, okay? Two of the most like important things to me that I've ever done in my entire life. Like this is just a simple spreadsheet, okay? And what you'll see right there is like people's names, and then there's a status, which is like the category of person they are, which like, again, I'm not trying, like, it doesn't sound shallow, but it's just like my really close friends, my mentors, my extended friends, extended family. And that way I can just kind of sort, but I literally just have a sheet here where I can kind of keep track on who I'm in touch with and not, and look and see like, oh, I haven't talked to my godfather Marty in a little bit. Like maybe I should do that. Or I'm driving for a few hours. Who do I feel like catching up with? Oh, I'm going to give Mason a call. Like just having that organized system. And again, this took me an hour to do. I just had one of my assistants do it. Is you can just even have them take that checklist and put into your phone little reminders. So if I just go to a random day here, so this is January 23rd. If you look right at the top there, there's like these little reminders. And one of them says, keep in touch, Bernal. The other, which my other godfather, and the other says, keep in touch, John Caranta. That's another friend of the family. Oh, and that's my mom's birthday. Okay, so I need to get her a gift. All right, that's another example because that's in my calendar because it's important. Okay, so the protocol here is not to say you have to do it exactly my system, but it's like, building formal reminders and formal mechanisms to ensure that you are investing adequate time and attention in those relationships. And that's especially important for keeping in touch with your old friends. I've heard it said that one old friend is worth two new ones. And so much of the time I think we become lonely because we're not investing in those friends, those old friends, right? We lose touch because we're all busy and doing our thing. And we might not have formal checkpoints for our most important relationships. Like literally you could have I've heard this done, like a weekly brief with your significant other or with your kids where you're like, hey, we're going to set aside this time to just check in. How are we doing? What's going well? What's not going well? Let's see how we're doing, check in, and spend some time with each other. Okay, so when I say finally to step back here, running your life and your relationships like a business, obviously, again, I don't mean like shallow, trying to pull value out of them, but thinking in terms of intentionality, systems, right? Your own little CRM or your keep in touch system so that you're really systematically investing in developing these relationships, which are the currency for happiness, okay? And just like a business, you want to give them value, right? Which means that you show up for them, you care for them, and you think about their interests, not just yours.